Matthew Perry's biggest confessions, near-death experiences, A-list romances detailed in his memoir. Friends star Matthew Perry's cause of death has not yet been determined. Matthew Perry died yesterday at his home, SSN 24 News Digital confirmed. He was 54. The actor, best known for starring as Chandler Bing in the beloved sitcom Friends, was found in a hot tub at his Los Angeles home, law enforcement sources confirmed. Though he appeared to have died from drowning, no official cause of death has been released. On November 1, 2022, nearly a year to the day before his death, Perry released a memoir titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, detailing his rise to fame as well as his struggles with addiction. SSN 24 News Digital takes a look at the top confessions from the book in the wake of his passing. His heart stopped for 5 minutes before surgery. Perry nearly appeared in 2021's Don't Look Up, but his addiction ultimately made it impossible to complete his performance. He revealed in the book that during this time, he was taking 1,800 milligrams of hydrocodone. He did go to a rehab in Switzerland, but told his doctors that he was in excruciating pain so he'd continue to get access to prescription painkillers. "In fact, I was okay," he admitted. "It still felt like I was constantly doing a sit-up, so it was very uncomfortable, but it wasn't pain." Doctors at the facility then made the decision to put some kind of weird medical device in my back to further help with the pain. Before the surgery, he stayed up all night taking the pills, then when he was anesthetized the next morning for the procedure, his heart stopped. "I was given the shot at 11 a.m., Perry wrote. "I woke up 11 hours later in a different hospital. Apparently, the propofol had stopped my heart. For 5 minutes. It wasn't a heart attack, I didn't flatline, but nothing had been beating. I was told that some beefy Swiss guy really didn't want the guy from Friends dying on his table and did CPR on me for the full 5 minutes, beating and pounding my chest. If I hadn't been on Friends, would he have stopped at 3 minutes? Did Friends save my life again?" He added, "He may have saved my life, but he also broke 8 of my ribs." Another near-death experience in 2018. Not too long before his heart stopped before surgery, Perry faced another major health scare. In 2018, he underwent a 7-hour emergency surgery after his colon burst, a rare but potential outcome of opioid abuse. That day, doctors told his family that he only had a 2% chance of surviving through the night. "Opiates cause constipation," he explained. "It's kind of poetic. I was so full of it almost killed me." Following the incident, he spent 5 months hospitalized. He was in a coma for 2 weeks following the surgery, and required a colostomy bag for 9 months afterward. Star-studded romances. Throughout his memoir, Perry reflected on past relationships, many with some of Hollywood's biggest stars. In 1995, he dated Julia Roberts after Friends co-creator Marta Kaufman requested that he reach out to her to ask her to appear in an episode. "She agreed," he wrote, "but she stipulated that she would only do the show if she could be in my storyline." In response, he sent her 3 dozen roses and a note that read, "The only thing more exciting than the prospect of you doing the show is that I finally have an excuse to send you flowers." Before they met, they had a 3-month-long courtship by daily faxes. He recalled sending hundreds of faxes back and forth before they ever even spoke on the phone. 3 or 4 times a day I would sit by my fax machine and watch the piece of paper slowly revealing her next missive," he wrote. "It was like she was placed on this planet to make the world smile, and now, in particular, me." They were together only for a few months, and in describing their breakup, Perry explained, "Dating Julia Roberts had been too much for me. I had been constantly certain that she was going to break up with me. Why would she not? I was not enough, I could never be enough, I was broken, bent, unlovable. So instead of facing the inevitable agony of losing her, I broke up with the beautiful and brilliant Julia Roberts." Elsewhere in the book, he wrote about being immediately taken by Jennifer Aniston when they met 3 years before they were cast together in Friends. He asked her out, but she turned him down. "But she said she'd love to be friends with me," he wrote. "And I compounded the compound by blurting, 'We can't be friends.'" When the show began, he was still attracted to her, and even crushing badly, but Aniston's deafening lack of interest eventually killed the crush. Despite the lack of romantic feelings on her end, the two remained good friends throughout the rest of his life. Another actress who caught his attention was Valerie Bertinelli. They met when he was 19 and she was 30.